Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And as you can see back here, I've got some of the things out for the cookies I got to make today. My son, my youngest son, and his fiance are coming over just to hang later today and play some games and stuff. So it's going to be fun. And I decided I'd go ahead and make my cowboy cookies. And for those who are interested, I have a recipe on that. This one is my own personal version of the cowboy cookie. I will link to down below in the description box if you're curious. It's a very popular cookie if you've never heard of it, because of all the many different things in it. It usually is a good cookie for everyone. For example, it has coconut in it, and even though my youngest son doesn't like coconut, he loves the cookies. So it can be a real healthy cookie depending on how you make it, but we still like to put the chocolate chips in, and these chocolate chips are from 2014. They've been vacuum sealed in this jar all this time, and they're still good. Anyway, let's move on. So today's video is about vanilla beans. So I brought up the cookies because I'm going to be using my own homemade vanilla extract in the cookies like I always do. And I've had people ask me, what do you do with the expended vanilla beans? Well, I haven't done a ton of experimenting with them, but I always try to get as much use out of them as I can. A lot of you may have heard of the perpetual vanilla extract. Now, Mary over at Mary's Nest has a video on perpetual vanilla extract, and I have my own way of doing it. We're all going to do it differently. And how you do that is you simply take a whole bunch of vanilla beans. Instead of making small batches like this at a time, you take a whole bunch, you put them in a jar, and then you put whatever solvents you're going to put in there. Some people are going to use vodka. Spiced rum is my very favorite. I like the flavor. It makes far better than vodka. And I usually do some kind of blend, and I'm always mixing it up. And so when I originally started this, it was a mix of 1 part glycerin, 1 part spiced rum, and 1 part homemade wine. The homemade wine just to make it a little less expensive to make. I still find no matter what I do, I like the spiced rum best in making the homemade vanilla extract with something else. So I did take some out of here and topped off, I believe it was this bottle. And instead of adding any wine or glycerin to this, I added spiced rum and honey to it. So that's going to be the way I make my vanilla extract from now on, is 3 parts spiced rum, 1 part honey, like that, because I don't want it too sweet or too thick, but I do like that sweetness in there, and it helps kind of break up the alcohol content as well. But anyway, that's what I do with that. So when you're doing a perpetual vanilla extract, you can get quite a few uses out of those vanilla beans by keeping up on that. But eventually you are going to deplete the flavor out of those vanilla beans that are in there. And the reason you would do a big bottle like this is so it's always in extracting. You've got plenty of time when you when you top it off with whatever your solvent is, you've got plenty of time for it to keep extracting the vanilla flavoring from the beans while you're working through a smaller bottle of it like this. So these beans have been in here for a long time. I just keep adding to what's in here. These were in here from when I made whatever the original version of the vanilla extract was in here, and I've just kept adding to it. But I have also taken the beans out and used them for other things. And not a lot, but I'm going to throw out a few ideas for you to think about. And what I've done with them is taking them and adding them to whatever tea I'm making, whatever herbal tea, just to add that vanilla flavor in there. I've also dropped some, cut them smaller, dropped 1 or 2 pieces into my coffee in the morning to get that vanilla flavor in there. That's a couple of things that you can do. And I've also used them to make a batch of vanilla mead. I did still add some fresh vanilla beans. Well, fresh in the fact that never been used for anything. I do store my vanilla beans. These are my newest ones, but I have some that are 2014 or 2015 when I was originally stocking up on them that are still good that I'm working through. I just brought this one out because it's a nice full packed jar. And anyway, I did take some of those out, but I also used some expended vanilla beans to make that mead as well. But you could also add them in, instead of just making a vanilla mead or a vanilla wine, throw them into your whatever mead or wine that you're making flavor to add extra flavor to it. So it doesn't have to be just a vanilla flavor. It can be vanilla strawberry, vanilla cherry, whatever it is that you're making. Now, the next thing I'm going to say I've never done myself, and that is consider drying your vanilla beans and then powdering them up, and then you can add them directly to whatever you want, whether it be pancakes, breads, anything. And I know some people that do that, and I think it's a really excellent idea. I just have not had a chance to try it yet because I usually use my beans in other ways, or they're still just being worked through like this. So with the price of vanilla beans being what it is a good idea to find ways to get the most out of your vanilla beans. So one of the main purposes of doing this video was not because I think I have a zillion great ideas, but also I'm hoping that more people will jump in and share their ideas, what they've done with their expended vanilla beans after they've used them to make a vanilla extract. And so be sure to put in your input down below and read those comments down below too, so you can get a few more ideas of the best ways that will apply best to you in order to make the most of those expensive vanilla beans. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and also don't forget to check out the cookie recipe in the description box down below. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.